And in this next one, we have another really hard fight to predict, in my opinion, Beneil Dariush and Renato Moicano. Because I feel like if these guys are fighting at a different point in their careers, like a couple years ago, Beneil would be a pretty sizable favorite. But after Beneil's most recent performances, getting knocked out by Arman Sarukian, losing to Charles Oliveira, he's the underdog here, and he's coming in off of a layoff. He is a little bit older, but Moicano is also an older guy. But the difference with Moicano is he's gained a lot of fans recently with his YouTube channel, with his post-fight press conference or post-fight interviews in the cage. And honestly, I mean, just his performances in the octagon too, you can't overlook that. He's gotten 3 wins in a row. He beat Drew Dober. He beat Jalen Turner. He got a win over Benoit Saint Denis, and it might even be 4 wins in a row because I think he beat Brad Riddell as well. So he's just been on a good run recently, looking good, and it's going to come down to, is Beneil Dariush able to muster up another performance, or is Renato Moicano kind of in the point in his career where he can beat a Beneil Dariush and keep it rolling? Because Beneil Dariush is still elite, man. The guy's still the cream of the crop from the last time we saw him. If he is able to have a similar level of MMA ability. I mean, I guess the last fight we didn't see much with Arman. He got knocked out quick. Even the fight with Charles, he got the takedown, but then he got finished on the feet. But the last time that we saw him fight a long fight with Mateus Gamrot, if he has that Beneil Dariush in him, I think he could win this fight. Because you look at the stand-up, I think Beneil is the more dynamic guy. Renato Moicano, good 1-2s. He has a decent jab, good leg kicks, but both these fighters are chinny. And Beneil, I think, is more dangerous, though. He has bigger power in his hands and his kicks. I think he's better in the pocket exchanging. And in terms of wrestling, I think Beneil Dariush has the edge in the wrestling by a pretty significant margin. He should be able to mix in takedowns if he wants to, get on top, or at least push Renato against the cage. And Renato, I think, is going to struggle to take down Beneil. And Beneil, theoretically, I mean, you look at their jiu-jitsu pedigrees, Beneil has a better jiu-jitsu also. So I just feel like Beneil is better than him everywhere in this fight. He's the bigger guy. He's fought at 155 his full career. Renato is someone that's came up from 45s and more dynamic striker. He is better on the ground, better wrestling. His conditioning is really good. It's not like either of these guys are going to slow down or have issues in that regard. And it's just going to come down to, if Beneil gets hit with a gust of wind, is he going to get knocked out? Because I think you could make the argument that both these guys don't have a great chin. So it kind of goes away for me there, and it makes me lean towards Beneil again. But if Beneil is so much more compromised than Renato, then maybe that is an issue. And when you look at Beneil's desire to come back and fight after 2 losses in a row, where is he at mentally? Those kind of things are questions as well, because Renato's riding a high right now. But having said all that, I just feel like Beneil is the better fighter, and I could see this fight playing out similar to RDA versus Moicano, where just Beneil is able to land the bigger punches, pressure forward, get takedowns, and win in that manner. And unless Beneil is super washed up, I think he's going to be able to win this matchup.